known for its food, nightlife, beaches, and of course Hollywood. But beneath the bright lights and lavish atmosphere, it hides a dark secret. Just a couple of miles from central LA lies one of the largest prehistoric mass graves in the entire world, the Brea Tar Pits. These tar pits, otherwise lovingly referred to as death traps, started a killing spree between 50 to 40,000 years ago during the Upper Paleolithic period and would go on to claim thousands of victims. An exact number on the prehistoric death count is unknown, but estimated to be over 10,000 and has yielded more than 1 million fossils, lots of which were some of the most recognizable animals from the Ice Age, such as the saber-toothed tigers, mammoths, mastodons, giant ground sloths, direwolves, and many more. And it also had no problem killing non-mammals, as ancient insects, fish, lizards, snakes, birds, and even plants have been uncovered as well. For having such a high body count, one would assume these pits are armed with some crazy weapons, but in reality, its method of killing was just sticky stuff, and it wasn't even really tar as its name implies. The material that the tar pit used to trap its victims is actually asphalt. It's an extremely viscous black gooey substance that is the lowest grade of crude oil and was created by old decomposing and crushed marine plankton hailing anywhere from 5 to 25 million years ago, and only became lethal in the Pleistocene epoch. Thus far, 100 tar pits have been found in the vicinity of the excavation site and covers about 20 acres or 8 hectares of land. Paleontologists believe these ancient pits would usually start with ensnaring an unlucky animal or two, such as a mammoth or ground sloth. These trapped animals would then end up attracting predators while dying or after they had died. Predators, entranced by the idea of an easy meal, would then wind up victims themselves. A single large trapped herbivore could have been responsible for over a dozen predator deaths, explaining why sometimes tar pits are referred to as predator traps. Scientists know this happened thanks to the high propensity of predators. In fact, for every one herbivore victim, scientists have uncovered 9 carnivores, meaning that 90% of the pit's victims were carnivorous. It also could have indirectly claimed more predators due to competition for the quote-unquote free meals. While the pit had a liking for claiming predators in general, it did have its select favorites. So far, the most common animal and victim of the Brea Tar Pits has been the direwolf. The direwolf is an extinct canine that is comparable to the largest of the modern-day gray wolves. These wolves hunted prey in large packs, which likely explains why they have been the most discovered. Presently, over 4,000 individual direwolves have been confirmed victims of the Brea Tar Pits. To put that into perspective, that is 10 times the total number of wolves in present-day Scandinavia. And these direwolves were not the only unlucky targets. Saber-toothed cats were the second largest victims, with over 2,000 individuals claimed by the pits. The herbivores definitely fared better dealing with these traps, but the pit still had a favorite within this bunch. The most popular found large herbivore in Brea has been the bison antiquus, meaning, as hinted in its title, the antique or ancient bison. This now extinct species of bison was extremely widespread in North America during the late Pleistocene until 10,000 years ago, and was 15 to 25% larger than the modern day bison. And so far, roughly 300 individuals, being mostly juveniles, have been dug up from the tar pits. Even though it had its favorite snack, so to speak, the victims of Brea Tar Pits were still widely diverse. In total, more than 231 species of invertebrates have been identified, as well as 159 plant species and 234 invertebrate species. Additionally, when looking at anything classified as a find of interest, that number is around 3 million, making this one busy killer, and even had a taste for our ancestors, as in 1914, the remains of a 10,000-year-old woman was recovered from one of the pits. She was believed to have been quite young, between the ages of 18 and 25, and was also fairly short, being 4'8" or 142 centimeters, and is the only human to be found in the pits. However, many scientists actually think she was not killed by the pits itself, as she was discovered with a head fracture, which some believe was caused by another human, which if true, would make it LA's first known homicide. She may have been dumped in the tar pits as a way of ridding the body, but we may never know. Despite all this death, the tar pits are actually a good thing for paleo lovers and for science in general. The tar pits keep bones relatively protected from weather and climate, as well as oxygen, allowing for better preserved remains. The sticky nature of the asphalt also keeps fossils close together and moderately safe from scavengers. It also provides uniqueness in that it supplies an abundance of fossils in a concentrated area, allowing scientists a very rare glimpse into past ecosystems. And it has provided a unique tourist attraction for Los Angeles, even getting itself some movie credits, such as in the 1997 film Volcano with Tommy Lee Jones and Anne Heche. But if you do visit, be careful, because these pits are not out of business yet, waiting for their next victim.